Thank you so much, 3 months. Appreciate you using Prime on me.
Around the world, Pacific kick things off nicely, and so far it's looking great.
And what a better place to start than where esports really began, in Seoul, South Korea, the mecca, the home of all of this. And I'm so excited. We're ready to get into the game.
That we are. Let's go
okay,
ahead
here we go.
Into map number 1. We've got Ascent here in this opening best of 3.
Okay, chat. I'm just gonna put the casters here a little bit. Oh my. Oi. Okay. Oh my goodness.
And we see, as they were mentioning on the desk, completely mirrored compositions between these two squads. It's kind of the loud composition that we've been seeing, and it's interesting to see this kind of shift away, given that Stack's going to be playing on this KO. Obviously, some adjustments being had.
I might need to change my camera. We'll see how this looks after this. Okay, DRX on defense, ZETA on attack. We're going for a straight up fast B, and there is a double stack behind a turret.
So valuable to this team because he's so darn versatile. He can play every role, just about any agent you want to throw him on. He seems to be very competent at. So it's going to be a quick dash in here for Foxy. Not contested at all by the side of ZETA. And there's going to be a trade.
Oh, this is a nice hit. Heavy priority in terms of frenzies. 3 of them.
Now handing that one over to RB. Obviously, you want to be able to fast track those lockdowns just a little bit quicker, given that it is 8 charges to get that ultimate online. Mako now just going to be lingering, but Depp does find the headshot. Foxy swinging the corner, does find him. Trades it back.
Super low HP. Could get something for these shots. Oh, just testing the cameras.
No one's playing there. Laz and Sugar Zero have their work cut out for them. Creeping down, gets the timing. Stack's going to be eliminated. Sugar Zero finds the headshot, and Laz will be the finisher.
Okay.
Taking him down with plenty of time on the fuse.
So the HP there was everything. 2v3 retake. They managed to do it well. Did they? Okay. There we go. Nice fast fix, though. That was kind of impressive.
You either kind of disrupt their executes, right? Everybody knows that DRX is so well known for their ability to dial up really well coordinated executes. So you can either disrupt those executes at the point or just give up the site and play for retakes. And sometimes, you know, DRX is kind of static. They're kind of predictable.
Yeah, that was an impressive retake. Low HP's helped.
Chat,
how's the caster sound? What it's currently on 50. Is that fine? Do you want to type a number if you want it different? You think it's good? Okay.
I don't care what anybody says. Oh, Pansy, High Puck. They always
if they're watching, just turn it off right now.
No. It's me and paper thin.
We'd have this curse too, actually.
Yeah,
people asking for a little bit louder. Okay, I'll meet you halfway. We'll do a 55.
Over at Lock-In for that
playing with fire.
when I had to fill in. I
So a
really
lot of
thought
60s.
that something was going to go awry, but
Disco, thank you so much, dude.
But you know, first time we've just gotten the stage together. We've got the players here, so of course.
Disco JV, appreciate you.
Worked out, so hopefully it's nothing too severe.
2 months.
Care of, and we'll get back
Hey,
into
don't
the
worry,
action
man.
Right away. Worth mentioning,
Trust me, I want to watch the
Lock-In,
games as well, so it's an absolute pleasure.
Obviously, we didn't get to see too much of ZETA, but during their series versus Leviathan, they were only able to pick up a single pistol round. So already, this is a good indication.
Yeah, first time on the stage. I imagine something. This is always going to happen. Yeah, someone said in chat, and I think Bacon confirmed it. It was 350 in terms of the crowd. So. At least from what I think, that's the highest that we have out of all the regions. I'm pretty sure EU's 200, and then someone yesterday was saying that NA's 300, but I'm not sure if that's actually confirmed. EMA is 150. Okay.
I need to see, like, for them to really have a shot here, not just in this match.
Are they talking tech pause? Potentially, it's something wrong with the actual comm system itself and trying to hear people. So that's honestly the most likely for the tech pause at the beginning, just trying to make sure that everyone's sound is good and you can hear everyone properly.
By the way, I want to point this out as well, since I'm talking about him. A really good Killjoy player. People maybe don't remember this, but he used to be a Killjoy main a long time ago, back in the day. I think he was on Reject back at LCQ in 2021, and was really impressing me back there with his Killjoy play.
Yeah, Valorant in Japan is huge.
How well he was, especially when they were on the attacker side, able to really lock down one side by himself while the other 4 members were on the other side. He was really able to even take favorable trades sometimes. He kind of sneaky, he'd use his utility really well. Put that turret ahead, bait you out a little bit, get a quick kill. So I'm really curious when they flip sides here how 10 is going to do, but nobody should be surprised to see 10 on Killjoy here. He is a very, very strong Killjoy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't.
Yes, literally the same setup. So for every LAN, they kind of have a similar setup in terms of behind these are going to be in-ears. and then
I think overall for the
white
overall
noise pumped
style
through
that we
these.
have seen from DRX where they do go for that super heavy info,
So
even
it's
if
going to
they
be
use
similar,
that
but
fade in as well.
it's
Optic
the sound will be
back
slightly
don't
better
have that,
than
so
lock-in
have that
because just
KO
the crowd
without
was
it.
just so
Of course, the
intense
Killjoy
at
always there
lock-in.
to go ahead and lock things down on those sites. But for DRX, I think that first round loss is going to be a bit of a punch in the mouth for him. Maybe send him reeling a little bit. So we'll see how they decide to
At a home
rebound,
ground,
what the set strategy is
I
going
reckon
to
home
look
ground
this
was
game.
like,
It looked like
what,
that round basically
300?
should have been over from the outset. They get the site completely for free. They get a 2-for-1
Maybe
exchange
even
right
less
off the
than that.
rip, but then it just starts falling apart.
Yeah, it does. But this is, I think, ZETA doing their homework, kind of understanding the tendencies of DRX to, you know, especially against teams where they're going to feel confident. Often, DRX is going to be the ones who wants to come out and punch you in the mouth.
Sure.
Now, DRX known for their slow starts a bit, particularly internationally, but here I think it's just more that ZETA did their homework. They gave up this site somewhat knowingly. They said, okay, if this is going to be a B hit, we're not going to play for it. We're going to wait for the retakes. Let's make sure we clear B main. Let's make sure we do things in the right order. You know, Laz has more health than Sugar Zero. He pushes the corner. They find the perfect timing to catch stacks with utility out. They're able to do a really nice job in their retakes. So,
Yeah, so
to,
basically you got
ZETA so far. I like what I've seen.
how am I drawing this? So you have in-ears, right? The in-ears is just pure sound, everything that you get from your normal headsets, and then the ones on the outside are literally just soundproof, so in theory you can't hear the crowd, and then they do, just to make sure of that as well, in theory they do white noise as well through the big headsets, so you can still hear a good amount. I don't know, the best people to ask about that sound are players that have been to the LAN for sure. I'm only going off what the players said when I used to coach.
You gotta go to Lotte Tower, which is like kind of the iconic.
But that is at least correct. But in terms of like actual questions of what they can hear, how it is with crowds, just ask like ask players and they'll give you a better answer.
You can get to any one of them directly from Incheon. So
hell, you could take a ferry over from Japan if you
I've
really
done
wanted
that.
to.
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun. I've actually taken that boat before. It's super cool.
Like 3.5, 4 hours or something?
Takes about 3 hours from Busan to Fukuoka. Yeah.
It's something we actually talked about in terms of something we talked about in terms of playing like our first few games at Iceland at the beginning. You know how like the in-ears come with different bud sizes. We actually just made sure that we changed some of them just to get it a little bit better because it's important.
I don't think any of them are coming by bus. Or by
And everyone's used to having like mics that are slightly better than this. So with these mics, they have to be like real low. You have to be like here. They'd be like real close. So a lot of the time we would have mics out here and we couldn't hear everyone. So it takes a little while to kind of adjust.
Like they're obviously have the Shinkansen, right? The bullet trains, but now they've got like even faster maglev.
Sorry, was it really loud? I'm experimenting. I'm sorry.
No, I did not.
It was not that bad.
Really?
I will say. I mean, it wasn't great.
This is the.
It wasn't great.
Who was in this? It's Brad Pitt, right?
Brad
yeah,
Pitt, Sandra Bullock, and a bunch of other people.
Okay.
But not terrible. I mean, I'd give it like maybe like a 5.5, 6 out of 10. It was
so it's like when I'm falling asleep, like something to put on and kind of.
Yeah, okay. You know, it's just trying to emulate like that John Wick style, but not.
I'm gonna wait before I do judgment on the HUD.
Yeah. But, you know,
I need to get used to it. Give me like ask me at the end of the day or maybe even a few days in.
I do.
I'm gonna struggle with it to begin with. I can tell. Gamers don't like change, so we probably aren't gonna like it for a little bit. But then let's see how it feels in like a week.
Oh, perfect. I am the same. I refuse to get a car here in Korea because I love the public transport so much. I just refuse.
I'm waiting for mine.
You're waiting. Yours is on the way.
3 weeks, I've been told.
How did Oxygen's Yori look yesterday? Honestly,
I'm looking
not
forward
that
to having
good.
you as my chauffeurs.
Yeah. I'm gonna charge you.
Definitely not the best use of Yori we've seen on that map.
Okay. Well, maybe not. Then.
Surge pricing. This Deathmobile here. Obviously, some people are probably going to be wondering, why are they talking about this instead of talking about the game? Because there's only been one round played. We've already covered what happened in the pistol round. So,
okay, tell you what, I've got some interesting stats I wrote down that I was like saving for maybe this moment. This is actually a pretty good moment. Why not?
We knew it was coming.
So, some problems here that I saw for ZETA. I think overall, Laz played pretty well at lock-in.
How good was the third map? It wasn't too bad. It definitely it was like it was 7-3 at one point, and then I was thinking I was thinking we're going to have a really close game, and then the guard just kind of
right?
stepped up.
Whether he was playing Raze or whatever, he could really back things up
So
with that
it wasn't
extra
too
punch,
bad.
that
I was
extra
definitely
firepower.
within the
But
first
lock-in,
half.
he was
Had a lot of
first
belief. But
deaths to first kills to first deaths, he was 3 to 12.
how long is the
Kills
pause?
versus
Yeah, I'm
first
not sure.
deaths. So 10 was really
Might be here
terrific.
for a
I
while.
need to see him really pick it up. And their full buy rounds as well for ZETA were really lacking. Overall, 9 out of 23 full buy rounds they won. That's less than 40%. It's about 39%. So they need to kind of find, again, this all comes back to that cohesion thing that I was talking about earlier. That's what I really need to see from ZETA. That's when they're clicking, it's because everyone is confident in each other and backing each other up.
So they can get there. Obviously, a decent start. Taking a look, and we'll see if it changes once we actually do get the countdown going again and we get back into the game. But for now, it seems like
Yeah, not the best, Isaac.
In the second round, so was really looking to snowball off of that initial victory.
Yeah, this game is huge in Japan. Chat, Tokyo is going to be wild. Like that event, that LAN is going to be wild.
Yeah, I remember, you know, Depp
I
had that
really
swing,
hope,
managed to take down
I really
Locko,
hope they make it.
didn't find a
Just
follow-up.
for their sakes and for all of our selfish reasons. I just think it will be crazy.
You know, this feels like a pretty hefty investment. We'll have to just
I
wait
don't know
and
what
see,
I'm doing for the
if he's gonna
LAN.
stick through with it once we do get into this. Obviously,
I'm
we're
definitely
waiting on word to see, you know,
open
what
to the
the
option of
issue
going
is,
there, but I
so
imagine
far
most
so
likely
far
I'll
we
just be
don't
streaming
really
from
know
here.
what the problem is, you know, is on stage, and we're working to figure things out so that we can get things underway. We know that you guys have been waiting for this about as much as we
No, I think the crowd will be pretty good. I spoke to Boaster a little bit about their experience when they went there, and he said like the support for Fnatic in general was just huge. I know they actually have a pretty big following in Japan, but I think that's a very good sign for like a majority of the teams actually having
It is a real kind
having
of
support there.
unfortunate thing to happen as a player. You got to find a way to keep that intensity, you know, especially for ZETA, who came out swinging, had a great plan, had a great first round. You know, you got to find that momentum, got to find that firepower still throughout this. I think, like, I'm really curious about, you know, like you said, I want to actually touch on this with Depp going for that Phantom. He's going to be
Yeah, they're actually very popular there.
well. Obviously, I think Laz and Ten are kind of the two players that everybody thinks about oftentimes first, but Depp is also in that conversation as their main duelist now. He's kind of bounced around some different roles here, but so far this year he has been a jet specialist basically, and a phenomenal player. I've seen so many crazy moments from him, particularly last year in their own
Thank you,
league.
Bacan.
He had this, I think it was a 4 or 5K on Haven where they put up a cosmic divide, and the way that he was like playing around it with an op and like jumping up all over the place. I mean, his mechanics are crazy good. He's a multi-esport pro, a extremely talented player. In Japan, his nickname is the Child of God. I mean, that's how much like faith these fans have in this player, like, and how strong they consider him.
Sure. I mean, we have seen, like you said, we have seen those explosive moments. It was just that since that peak, since they managed
Wait,
to make
Raggy,
that
what?
run, find that top
Where are
finish
you
over,
getting this
it
info from?
had just kind of started to spiral away from them. And a big part of that is Depp. He's your duelist player. You need to be able to rely on him to go in, to be able to trade or trade up, not just, you know, try to bomb into a site or hold people off and then get picked and then suddenly you're down that man advantage. So, well, you know, we have high expectations of this entire squad, but Depp is just as important as anybody else on this team. So we do need to see impact from him. Much, you know, very much the same as we need to see from Foxy 9, who's looking to really cut his teeth in this matchup and prove himself.
Yes.
Wait, really?
So I wanted to talk about Foxy.
I need to watch that. Maybe I'll watch that in the break.
He's got a ton of potential. Like, I've actually gotten to cast him at the Gwangju Esports Series last year a little bit. I also went to the Riot 1 event in Yokohama last year and was able to watch him play. He played Arena on Fracture, kind of a bizarre comp that DRX brought in that Fracture map with Mako playing Phoenix. It was a bit of an unusual comp, we'll call it that. But overall, Foxy.
Okay,
once
tell
he got
me
comfortable,
it's
once he got
fixed.
into
Okay,
it,
nice,
mechanics
chat.
were
We
great.
got there.
Oh, yes. Let's do it.
Not too bad. Got through that one, and now we can go ahead and get things
I mean, at
underway
least we see
once
everything
more.
with this.
Timer
Like, at least we literally have all the information.
Round
But I guess we did before, and it was just up here, right? Okay. DRX, in terms of how they're approaching this buy, we got rifle, 3 Spectres.
Got a lot of utility here. Depp able to find some value early with that phase.
Okay. Ignore this chat. This is, okay, they're gonna fix it, don't worry.
Minor bit of connection coming in as Mako trying to look his way out of his own smoke, ends up falling. Stacks will be able to find one.
Okay, this was very clean. One person going down, so that's one of the specters.
Yeah, good fallback plans, and again, a pretty decent read here from ZETA. The defense is in the place. Entry in short A, 410. He's able to kind of back up, work with his teammates to really lock that down. I think Tommy Turret even snuck in a kill there, so good for him. But yeah, man, I mean, he is a
give it a little bit. It normally takes a while to get used to the UIs.
standard result there.
Give it like a, don't be too harsh on it, chat. We'll give it a little bit to settle in. Okay, there we go. We fixed it as well. Definitely helps when it's working. So in terms of this, we get a full buy. So important round for ZETA, especially in terms of their money. First buy rounds, we got a full bonus. So let's see how much damage ZETA can do.
On the jet with the Vandal, definitely not what you're used to seeing. Dart gonna go out looking to just clear some of that utility, but
This might work out really well. Heavy punish over towards middle. This is an interesting setup. Alarm bot here, turret here. First time I've seen this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Chat, I was so worried that was on my end.
I was like, did we get dizzied?
Okay, they're looking for the counter flash. Will end up being a 1-for-1. And able to answer. We were just underwater for a moment.
That's all right. I mean, come on, man. This is the VCT Pacific.
You want volume up? I'll do I'll ask again at one point. Honestly, I'm looking at the volume. I feel like it feels okay, but I'll get a rough opinion in a bit from everyone.
I've got plenty in
you know
the
what?
bank, I swear.
Maybe those 8 months weren't that
Yeah,
long.
maybe we could have gone for a year. Ooh, that's a really good nano.
Yeah. Really good nade thrown down just to stop that counter swing. They want to be able to push out.
30 seconds
Zep
left.
just backing away, doesn't want to really challenge. Now moved into the site, they can go for this plant.
Okay, let's check the retake on this one. They managed to get a gun upgrade. Dude, they have a very good chance. No one shot the recon. This was a very nice retake. Okay, keep an eye on the flank. RB is the person that can win this. Especially when Mako's spamming the diffuser instantly.
He's still sticking to this. They need to clear him off, and they just don't
Holy hell. Okay, they win the bonus. Do we get to see any kind of kill on top of this? Damn, okay. Okay, this is a huge start from them. Absolutely huge. Their money is really, really good. So yeah, we have the save gun. Let's see how much damage they can do. But in terms of the start, this is the best possible start they can have. In terms of going into these next couple of rounds as well, we do have... let's see the vote. Do my lights in the way. Bacon, you're going to need to tell me who wins this. Okay, it's looking like Upper is going to win this, so I'll just put it up to 60. It's only a little bit. Holy hell, this is fast.
Okay, well, Mako clearly angry that he wasn't able to stop that defuse in the previous round, so does put that rifle that he had carried forward into good use. Now we'll pass it over to the side of Zest as you get this plant coming through. So the nanoswarm already set up here.
Although it's a slow start, this low buy, they've done the hardest part. They've got over towards the site. It is now a 3-on-3. Uh-oh. At least we still got the potential to curse this, right? Ult comes in. Dude, Laz is doing great at the moment, though, in terms of the util. Oh, Stacks is a hero. There's maybe like half a second on that. Just managed to get an extra kill. We've got no vision to block this. DRX fully in control. You might just see this op get saved. Yeah, I very much believe this is the right call. If we can even save it. Okay, massive round for DRX. Does get out with the op. We get to save a gun each. So, yeah, this was a very good low buy. And as well, in terms of how things go, the fact that they used the ult into this. Well, they kind of got caught. Chat, they really got caught out in the open here. They were not ready for the fast B. Sorry, fast A. Uh-oh. We're doing the slip-ups. It's early, chat.
I'm just going to say it, and I am right there with you. Right, yep, and he shows you why right there. He can do it all.
Okay, insta recon. We have heavy jewels over for A main. This is an important round. Look at the econ here.
He's pretty good with the op.
Damn, Crow actually managed to win a one-on-one here, so this was interesting. They wanted to do a punish over towards A main because the knife came in and we actually had knives out. Depp had to go back and it was a little bit, it basically turned into a one-on-one. So that was huge from Crow, and this was really nice from Laz. Opping with the saved op actually kept it, because that's not something you're going to see going forwards. It's literally just because knives are in play, so don't worry too much. Wow, that's insane. That is insane. That is so clean. Got a little bit of damage. It comes down to a huge buy round, and ZETA take this, and we should see another eco here. So yeah, this was it's a really important round for DRX to win in terms of their economy. But the low buy is gonna be pretty good just because they won the previous round.
From 10, absolutely nasty. This is the 10 we want to see. Fired up and
yeah, 10's like halfway to his ult again as well, right? And we saw it pretty recently. On the low buys, they are just straight hitting sights.
Strikes him down. He only got a single knife across. RB will find Laz. Just pushing forward, breaks in, does find 10. They still have to deal with
That's his own team's molly. Oh my goodness. There's that's an important duel that just happened over towards site. It turns into a 2-on-2.
Just Mako left to his own devices in a 1v1, but Crow tagged down 10 HP.
Damn, they win another low buy. I wonder if in terms of these actual full buy rounds, they just start sight hitting as well. The sight hits are working so well for them. It's double low buy. Mako did everything.
I think maybe a little bit of jitters there on that entry, just a little bit off with that blade storm, but he creates the space, and then this kind of gets Depp stuck in a bad position where he's right on the stairs, and Mako just swings the corner, and he's got the op in his hands, right?
Depp's play a little bit risky. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Mako able to take him down, then find on 2 on the backside. Really nice through the box there.
Infected, thank you so much. And Janike as well, thank you so much. 4 months and 3 months. Chat, you know what to do. Let's get a slug spam going. Appreciate it. Okay, let's tune in terms of the econ. We got 3 people over towards ZETA that can't buy next. And obviously, winning that one. DRX is so fine.
It has not been in a VCT event, not until this moment. Didn't get to see him at lock-in. We now see him on this stage, and clearly it seems like the jitters are still there. It's still something that he's got to get used to and work through.
Yeah, the stakes are the highest that we've ever seen Foxy face. Now, he has played in front of huge crowds. The one in Yokohama was...
Yeah, 2 low buys, 2 insta-sight hits.
This is a, unfamiliar territory in terms of just the scope.
The thing is, it's not really DRX's style to kind of insta-fast hit sights in their buy rounds. I have not seen it much just in the history of this team, so it's cool that they're adding it in for low buys, and it is working out well for them. This is a very nice round at the moment. They might not expect 2 here though.
Good. Hunter's Fury gonna be opened up. That's actually coming from Laz across the way, and it is, and he's gonna find 2 kills. The man was
wow, Laz's ult was nice, but gonna have to do a bit more in terms of this one. 10, 2 kills away for the res. Zest as well. Does have ult, but not in a position to use it.
As that null command comes across, the 0 point, I should say, cancels out the drone before it can see much of anything.
Sorry, what did I say? Chat, I said res. Oh.
Find anybody in hell wisely. The DRX players are playing away from that position.
Chat, do you know what? I can't even remember what I said. That's how bad it is. Did I say Killjoy res? That's incredible. Chat, stop it. You're putting me off.
No way.
I'm going to blame you all for my mistake. Okay, nice round from DRX. This was a good pinch over towards the site.
Not at all. That is absolutely messy. I mean, yeah, Laz is doing the heavy lifting there. 11-1 and 4 for Laz right now.
The Sova ult did so much, but they just needed to get more trades.
Look at these lineups.
Okay, Laz.
Wait, that's a really nice angle.
By the way,
it's a really nice angle for this
ever he's played
for the actual strat that they did when they went heaven. It's pretty cool.
He's absolutely just all over the place right now, and now you can see
Ice
that
Age, thank
even
you. I
with
feel
the
like
silver
this is
utility,
gonna,
which
this is the
probably
one to
kind
help
of the
me.
biggest question you would have. We know Laz, unbelievable rifler, unbelievable opper, unbelievable with like sheriffs.
Killjoy Res, yeah,
Was
that's
the
actually
silver
the
utility
change
going
for
to be
Killjoy that they're
pristine?
doing.
It is.
They said they were gonna do a Killjoy nerf soon.
More
It's actually
bad
just
boys.
changing the ult.
Inject that straight into my eyeballs.
In your eyeballs?
Into my eyeballs, because I'm watching it.
Oh, all right. That's. Oh,
Okay, boxing.
Oh.
Oh, he gets a second one as well. Yep,
So
there,
in
2
terms of
kills
that
from the side
round,
of
it
Boxing
really
9,
does
maybe
break the
starting to get
econ.
geared up just a little bit more. As Laz just doing that Sova thing, spraying across. Foxy tries to threaten him back and go for the reload.
Yeah, they
Pulls
literally line
away,
up.
but that is going to be complete and utter control of the B site here for the side of DRX. You can see Mako lurking all the way back.
like
See if
that.
someone's going to go for that push through Gelato.
It's kind of
Now we'll start
important
creeping back
here
out
for Zeta
over
to
towards
do
Market
damage.
Pizza.
I like the adaptation here from DRX to put Mako in kind of an unusual spot compared to where he normally
And
is.
it's not
Dealing with,
looking
a frenzy
great.
there.
That's at least
Definitely
one
in
armor
Mako's favor.
rebuy. So we've got
It
2
is,
armor
but after
rebuys
the
at the
instant
moment.
dink, decides to pull back, puts even more distance in to make that.
This might be the
See, a
best
bit less of
possible
a
round for
threat.
DRX.
Finds a single kill. Sugar Zero, not gonna be too much that he can do. Lurking in the smoke for now. Okay.
Okay, that
jumps out
that
with a
honestly
white RB for his
might
trophy.
turn out to be
Making
pretty
use
big.
of the judge, so a decent little bit of value is found, but
Crow's gonna save this as well. But yeah, we're looking at a couple of 6Ks coming in terms of money here.
A nice comeback here for DRX. This is the cleanest round. You saying, you know, it's been really scrappy so far. Well, this one much cleaner. Now, yeah, Zeta had a few off weapons in hand, so this one much more favored towards DRX, but still.
Do you know what, chat? I actually think they lowered their casters themselves.
Off the rip here. I really want to see this potentially from his perspective. I mean, dodging all over the place and then just drags it down to get 2. Absolutely phenomenal spray control there with the Vandal.
Call coming in, you know he's in the smoke. Happens to get the lucky spray, but the opening kills damn good here from the side of Foxy 9. You can see him smiling now, feeling a bit more at ease. We'll see if that carries forward here into the future rounds.
Wouldn't have minded seeing a timeout here from Zeta. This would have been a good time to kind of reset.
Airless, what's up?
Regroup.
Okay, important buy round again. We get the op out, we have the Odin out, we have some ults here. In terms of the attack, similar situation with the ults. It's a really fast mid take. Really fast mid take, and they want to do a punish again over towards middle.
Still hovering forward. Drone's gonna go out. Ooh, he sees the barrel of the
Zeta
gun.
definitely have a read on how they like to play their buy rounds.
Oh, okay.
We've seen them go for the punish towards middle twice now. This worked out so well. That one's a little bit too much. I hope that doesn't cost them. Laz went for a little bit of a bold one there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Biggest clutch players for DRX over at Lock-In. Looks like Mako will still be able to get over towards Bobby, but the spike is still going to be stranded in mid.
Yeah, this is now really challenging. They're going to have to find at least 2 picks, if not wipe out all of Zeta to win this round at this point. Zeta firmly camped around this
Okay,
spike.
this is nice.
Of course, the ult can grab it,
This
and
is
it's out. He got it.
All right.
this is a little bit worrying.
I didn't notice that he had that
The
one
good
available.
news is 10 has his ult, so he can just do the one behind the boat, but then this is going to be in reaction to it as well. So they need to speed this
Easily
up.
clear this out. He places it behind the
They
box.
really
Plus
need
10
to
is
speed
good.
this
That
up.
wall bang, so
Oh
just
boy.
waits as much as
So
possible,
they're going to have to...
expecting that the team is going to be close. They're still playing forward into this one. They have their own lockdown now dropped in. Mako starts moving forward, pushes out of his smoke, and there's just no one covering it.
Oh
Team goes
my
across.
god,
He's
DRX
gonna
played
get
this
there
so
on the 10,
well.
so for
Mako
now,
is an
it's just Sugar
absolute
Zero and Dep
hero.
trying to go for the retake, and Mako will find the first. You can see the call is coming in now. They know that they have this operator.
Chat,
they don't
that
have
is
the
an
money.
absolutely
DRX are gonna be able to take this
devastating round.
as Dep and 10 go running to the hills. Dep hovering around a little bit longer, but misses the timing. Takes the updraft over the wall. Will manage to make
They've
it up
managed to get
safety.
out. Okay,
Holds on to the
chat,
operator for yet
this
another
overpeak
round, but Zeta let
actually
another one
cost them
slip
pretty
away.
heavy.
Man, that was so close there. Zeta plays this early
2v4.
round so well with the pinch
They
in
managed to
towards mid,
get the
towards
kill
pizza,
here, get the
cutting
kill over
everything off,
towards
waiting
middle with
for
the
the utility
overpeak,
DRX, countered
go
with
in
their own
towards the
utility.
site. They had
Dep
spike
there
in
with
middle. I'm
perfect
not sure if
hold,
anyone
perfect
called the
timing,
Omen
just
ult.
gets
They
the
took
spot of
B
stacks.
once they went
First
heavy
kill
over
with the
towards middle to
after time,
defend
the
this.
backside off.
Omen
Everything
ult to
looking
get
like
the
it's,
spike.
you know,
It
going
goes down and they played it
Zeta's
so
way,
perfectly.
and
They were
then
slow on the
who else?
retake because they
Who
didn't
else?
have any
10-4,
information,
Mako
so they
comes
thought they
through
might
his
be
ult,
close in any
grabs
of
the
these
spike,
areas.
gets it down, gets up, clears the
And
lockdown, which 10,
yeah,
I don't know
this
what
was
exactly happened with the comms there for Zeta.
this
bit
was
of
a very bad
breakdown,
round to lose. I'm not gonna lie to you.
but they were able to
It's costly.
you know, DRX was able to push out and get that, and then that makes the round so much more difficult for ZETA, because that's a big key towards, you know, giving themselves the space and
I liked the idea of the Killjoy, but so in terms of what happened here, so I liked so this Killjoy all went down. Okay, I liked the idea of the defensive Killjoy. It was going to be good. It meant that they could actually go into the site and have time. But because Killjoy was going to get wrecked in the lockdown anyway, I think the Killjoy just had to kind of send it. I don't know. Mako played very, very well in a weird situation.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know, find that confidence, find those good moments, but it's been good counter ideas from DRX and of course some heroics from Mako that have put them back ahead now.
The overall mistake was over towards middle though.
Exactly,
like that's
ZETA wants to come through here after this.
That's when it all went wrong.
I think there's maybe a little bit of a tech issue as well, potentially coming through here. But good ideas to start. They came out really reading DRX pretty well. But now Stacks IGLing very strongly. As we're using
is it tonight or is it tomorrow?
That's kind of the thing that I'm looking for DRX this season in VCT Pacific is adaptations, mid-rounding. I think DRX, when I watched them at lock-in, I thought they were just a bit too static. I thought they're pretty readable on their post plants. You know, you think about Pearl, you know exactly.
Oh, okay, as in
right?
literally
You know
in the.
exactly
Okay,
how
that
they're
makes a
gonna
lot
be
of
set up.
sense.
And we saw this with ZETA, the way that they countered it. You know, clear Mako out of B main, and then you can start working through the rest of the B site here.
Okay, so in terms of what happened here, it felt like they wanted to call a timeout, and then something was wrong with Laz's headset or something similar to that. So it was like a tech pause into a timeout.
Seeing right now from both teams, it's really encouraging, and this is a great start to the year. You know, this is our inaugural match. What a way to kick off the VCT Pacific. You know, the tide's coming in here, and now we're making waves.
Oh, we're keeping up with this one.
I love it. I gotta go with it.
All right, well, we'll see if this timeout is going to work out here for the side of ZETA, because stopping DRX from getting more rounds on this attacking side is absolutely paramount for them to be able to take this map away. Yeah. Crushing them here on Ascent would be monumental for ZETA to be able to take this series.
Okay, they squeeze out a buy here.
When they shift over to the defending side, that has been where they feel
squeeze out a buy. Laz takes the hit, and DRX, in terms of their timeout, literally just said, "Our fast site hits are working. Let's throw that in. Whatever they want to change up in their timeout, let's go back to the fast hits. It's been working really well." Massive over rotate from ZETA here though, but it was the right reaction. It's just the fact that DRX have called the cancel. That's what's really good about this. Okay, what can Depp do?
Barely able to get here in time. Crow is stuck watching mid, so Depp kind of can't even get anything. Oh my God!
Did you not hear? The window broke.
Yep.
Zest just pushed straight through. Depp didn't pay it a second, any amount of attention really, and just get struck down. He had to be the catalyst to turning this around, stopping them from getting that spike planted, but instead just tunneled in, staring over towards main. Doesn't realize that he's getting flanked. That could be catastrophic. Drone going to be canceled before he can enter the smoke. He's coming down. There's the drop down, and Crow trying to check left side. Isn't ready for Stacks to be hovering behind Gen. He's just Sugar 0 and 10 left standing now. Good swing timing.
Yeah, RB might have secured this one. We'll see.
Now 2 more players actually. Assess will fall. Mako finds 1. Mako alive in this position.
Well,
he just
it doesn't even need to activate because Mako's just the clutch king.
Around win here for the side of ZETA. DRX will continue to streak as we go towards the end of this half. 2 more rounds to be played out.
Yeah,
dude, they had this is an impressive scoreline, especially if you consider the start that ZETA had.
Foxy 9's entry here now. Phenomenal work once again by 10. Locking things down, getting that first
ZETA in terms of this round did very good to shut down the actual fast B, but then it was a little bit of an over rotate, and I can understand why they did the over rotate, just because the fast hits, especially on the low buys, have been working against them. But yeah, it really cost them. Definitely nice calling from chat. It's still Stacks calling, right?
Yep. And it's gonna pay off. They just get 4 players out in the B lobby, and RB's taken down. Mako TP's forward. Depp now chasing, gets himself up the top mid. The pings are coming in.
Okay.
Mako's just got a hightail, so yes.
Then yeah, it was a very nice cancel and instant reaction to do this from Stacks.
Away in wine, but only 35 HP to work with to try to hold that position.
Yeah, again, like the change of pace here from ZETA. Let's see if they can convert on it. They get the pick. Now it's a 5-man versus 4 retake.
Be a monstrous Thrifty if they can get it done. I thought maybe 10 was going to do it again with a smoke entry, but instead Zest manages to hold it down. Finds Crow for his troubles as well. Depp, he's just drifting. Lands on top of Jen. Manages to find Stacks,
Zephy
but
gets
Zest
that
is still
kill.
there, holding things down. A third kill comes through. Sugar Zero now.
Feels like we're seeing a similar story for a lot of this. We're seeing so many A
Now
retakes.
he's just got to run away. As the initial crunch from ZETA, it's absolutely brilliant. Zest will die to the spike, but Mako will find Sugar Zero, so the weapon is not carried over crucially.
This
DRX find
they had
themselves
low
in the
by
second
here,
round.
so we can't be
And only one more round to go here. And
we can't be too critical of it.
looks like they're gonna be able
But
to
in
squeeze
terms
out,
of the big rounds
you know,
that like
decent
changed a
amount.
lot
They
of
have
this,
a
it
form
was
of a
most
5,
definitely
but they're
this
gonna have to put a
whole
little bit of
that
armor
4v2
switch to a
in terms of the
judge,
mid and the double
with 4
killjoy ult.
rifles here for the side
That
of
was
ZETA. So yeah,
definitely the big
absolutely not being able to keep that extra rifle.
game
Really,
changer in
really
terms of the
devastating
round that
attacks
ZETA had to win.
ZETA, but I like the idea from ZETA. I like getting out on the map. I like the crunch they set up. I like the way that they fanned out for the retake, trying to come from multiple different angles. But
Okay, we go to the last round. In terms of the ults, we have KO. So do we have any kind of KO, anti-KO setup?
The whole thing just unravels. I don't know how
Kind
Depp got
of.
that kill. I
We're
don't know
playing
if
a
it's like,
little bit
you know,
further
his
back as
toe
we can
barely
see it.
touched
A
the top of
straight
Jen,
up
like
B
it
with the
shows
KO
how
ult would work
Zeta
really
dance,
well.
yeah, you know.
But they're
More
very
about-
much
I'm more impressed
expecting
that he didn't,
a lot of
Yeah,
A main pressure.
yeah, absolutely.
So they're at least
but
getting A
either
main
way,
pressure, and then maybe
he'll
we're going
now
to
find
see a
himself
heavier
with
stack.
Intelligent Hand. Obviously has the Blade Storm activated. See if he can find some high impact frags.
But Stack still has
Yes.
You got the
ult,
backup
so
judge as well.
gets a little bit
Yeah.
weird. Yep.
Big fan of it, especially on someone that has smokes.
Sugar Zero, I mean, he was just
That's good.
away from being able to get
Yeah, I got enough
that
sleep.
full
It's
armor.
fine.
That kill on Mako, if he could catch him as he's
Well,
trying to
I say that, but
climb,
I also
suddenly,
did say that
boom, you feel
Killjoy
that
has a
coming
res,
in with that
so
full armor.
maybe I'm speaking too
There it
early.
is. Depp now just
Oh.
lined it out. Nice paranoia. Timing with Foxy 9.
Ooh.
Dashes in, gets taken down, lands right on top
It
of
looked
the nade.
like he got caught against the corner, but actually he was so ready for the dash
Finds himself
pathing.
a second kill, taking out Mako, but Zest swings around the backside of Jen. Gets the headshot. That's when the
Okay,
sight opened
it's
up.
that
We're
same old A
now
retake.
at 3v3. The push coming in. It's 2 of them, and oh boy, Zest finds yet another one. Step drops down and somehow manages to draw down,
Oh
get
my.
the blades out to find that kill. It looks flashy, but in the
Chat,
end,
how many
not
failed
found
A
winning
retakes did we
for them.
see?
8-4.
4?
The score as we
I
get ready to
think.
swap sides. DRX now shifting to the defense.
Yeah, so that's 7 rounds in a row there for DRX at the end.
So it
That's
felt like a
concerning.
lot.
I
It felt
mean,
like
I
it
was
was just
really
retake A simulator.
Really excited about the way ZETA came out and started playing, but DRX starting to kind of get their footing underneath them. Zest here
This is
finding
very
some
impressive from
really
DRX,
impactful late
considering their
late
start.
half
Like, they had
rounds.
one of the
He's
worst
gotten
starts
some
they
really
could have
nice
had.
kills, gotten some good flanks, some good kind of, you know, front position holds where he's holding the front of the attack. So a lot of versatility we've seen from Zest, which is what we're used to seeing. A very strong player, has had great performances throughout the years. You know,
Apart
we
from
wanna
the
see-
pistol and the bonus, all the other retakes failed. Yeah, and they were relatively even in terms of numbers.
His anchoring on that B side, obviously just sitting back in boats or getting tucked away on that defender spawn link.
But still, if we're going to talk about the most criminal round, it was the 2v4.
We'll see if he can deliver on that though. As ZETA now need to have one hell of an attack. And again,
Kento, thank you so much, chat. Let's get a lot of slugs in for
I
Kento.
mean,
Kento
is-
1704, 8
Depp
months.
is a
Appreciate
really
you.
interesting player to me because sometimes it seems like he's not
Yeah, that's the thing as well. 10 is
fully
10's
aware of everything.
playing
We saw a
well.
little bit here, right, where the glass got broken, he didn't really react to it. It didn't seem
And
like
it's
it was
still
a
waiting for.
possibility in his mind that he was able to kind of even turn in that direction. So sometimes he does get kind of tunneled. Now,
The
that's what
half
makes him
buys.
great.
The
Sometimes
half
he
buys.
gets tunneled,
The
he gets
half
so
buys
focused
were
that
like
he's able to
obviously
just
they
do
probably
stuff
shouldn't
that
be losing the
defies
half
people
buys, but
lead.
I'm a
And,
little bit
you know, we
more
saw a little
lenient
bit of that
on
with
the
that kind
half
of
buys because
interesting, Vandal shot,
the one
but,
over
yeah,
towards
he needs
A
to be
they
really on
weren't
point.
really
He needs to be
expecting,
kicking
so
these
I
doors
agree.
down. He needs
That
to be
was
finding those
like
first kills
something to
here
look
for the
back
side
on.
of ZETA. I mean, as good as 10 and Laz are playing,
But some of the other
the rest of this
fasts,
team needs to pick
it
it
did
up.
come down to rifle
Saying that
1v1s, and like
for a
the
little bit
overwhelm
now,
was pretty
especially
good.
with, like,
So
Crow. We need to see more from him as well. So for ZETA to get this done, it's definitely possible.
the 4v2
but
is still like
it's
the
gotta start
worst
here. Now,
round of it
let's
that
also say
we
this.
saw.
This is, as the desk was also talking about, not ZETA's best map.
Sure.
They have struggled on this map. DRX knows it. That's why they picked it.
So yeah, a couple of things for them to clean up for sure. But in terms of DRX, I thought everything was very impressive, especially the calling. To be honest, definitely think like the calling was on point for DRX.
worked on a bit.
I have 80k on the mainstream. That's
the most
yeah, that's nuts, isn't it?
They come into this map, I believe, completely even 56 and 56 on their win rates, but they're going up against that 62% defending side win rate in DRX. So they need to have high impact. They need to be able to win yet another pistol round.
Yeah, and DRX is a team we've seen time and time again that can string together tons of rounds in a row on their defender side. So another very crucial pistol here.
Through.
Early, pistol's a little bit
Through, what's up?
struggle. I mean,
Chat, let's get a lot of slugs in for Through. Appreciate everything you do for me, man. Thank you.
You want to see ZETA maybe come out here, sneak into their pistol away, and try to make a game of this.
Okay, in terms of going for just the inter-sight hits, they're doing it back to them. Let's see. The Flood is pretty good at the moment for DRX, and they haven't got too much map control. They are just all bunched over towards door. Just didn't take enough map control. I was very impressed with how DRX played this, staying alive, and then waiting for the Heaven person to make sure they peek. The discipline over towards Jenny was perfect here. I needed, in terms of ZETA though, I needed someone to just absolutely send it out. I think the defensive KO flashes that went over the top here stopped a lot of space getting taken.
Yeah, ZETA, that was not exactly a must-win, but pretty close.
Curious to see when this second timeout comes into the side of ZETA, because obviously there's not much room.
Yeah, they were stuck in the mud for sure.
You're kind of anticipating that, just given the weapon buys coming through, DRX should be able to just go ahead, pick up this anti-eco round. Then you're going to find yourself in a 10 and 4. Do you do it right before the buy round? Do you decide to wait until after that moment? When is it going to be? Curious to see, but for now, we'll see if they're going to.
I mean, we'll be honest, that was a must. That was a must win for ZETA. So yeah, this one's going to be hard.
I wouldn't mind either way.
Shaddy Rogue, thank you so much, dude. Chat, new member. New member of the Slug Club. Let's get the spam going.
I can see a pretty decent argument for either. I mean,
yeah, Gecko's allowed, but again, the thing with Gecko is it takes a lot of work to kind of put it into a comp. It's not really like it's not really a normal initiator in terms of like a flash or someone with like a drone that you can replace one for one with. A lot of the time the comp's based around it, so it takes a little bit of work to make it actually good. So I'm not sure you're going to see too much.
They've gone ahead and they shut the market door. They want to limit their options. Stacks now holding things down to the spawn will be good for 2. That finds the elimination. Paranoia across, and Mako just swings out, finds 1, jumps over the top, and needs to stabilize his aim a little bit, and we'll go ahead and get him in the end.
No way,
so
that's okay.
ZETA,
dude, Mako is having so much fun. He's so good.
Now we go into the bonus to see if
First ever sub to anyone. Hey, that's sick. Appreciate you.
Get themselves in this game.
Yeah, Mako's such a monster. I mean, he's so smart. He's so fast. Great little play here from Foxy, kind of anticipating that quick peek from 10. Stacks gets cut down.
Let's see the full replay.
Kind of assume that ZETA's going to push for that gun. They're going to push for that Spectre, and Mako's right there with the Paranoia right away.
Dude, he didn't. He's so cold. He didn't even smile. He didn't even smile after doing it.
You know, up through market, and then once you shut that door with them having pistols. They either have to, yeah, you know exactly where they're going. I'm surprised
that's an absolute savage right there.
Before he goes for that swing, and could potentially gun down 3, if not 4 of those players. But he was feeling confident, took the fight challenge, and did manage to come away with 2 in the end.
Yeah, and ZETA, to their credit, working together, playing together that round, trying to come up with a few cheeky things here and there, just couldn't quite get it through. So now, I mean, if they drop this one, there has to be a timeout. There has to come a timeout after this. Laz already dinged up quite a bit here in his duel with Mako over at A.
Yeah, I think you're right. So what I think happened as well is I think production changed the caster audio. So I think we had it settled on our end, and then they lowered it their end.
Flash goes out. Stacks goes pushing forward. Depp does find Mako. So Stacks aware that they are in the site. He's going to go ahead, pick up a weapon. Foxy 9 in the meantime does find Laz, and Stacks gets Depp before the door shuts. And he will be the finisher on the round.
Okay,
again,
chat.
1 player lost.
Let's start looking over towards Pole, because
Unfortunately for Zeta,
that was a
around
must win.
they still
Dude,
have. DRX
look at
continue to
this.
collect these for themselves. They
What is this in
continue
a row?
to
10?
go on a monster streak, now finding 10 consecutive across both halves.
Another phenomenal
9? I
paranoia
can't
here
remember.
from Mako that sets this up for Stacks. You know, a great push out, great timing. Stacks here buying time, gets the info. He knows they're coming. He's going to wait for it. He gets everybody in place as the IGL to set him up for success and executes perfectly. Now, let's see if we are going to get the timeout. No, Zeta's just going to run it down here.
I mean, yeah, they gotta try something.
Mako hearing the footsteps, knows this is going to be a fast play.
You gotta just start winning some rounds somehow. You need a miracle.
Push up into window. Glass is already broken, so there's not going to be any sound across for this one, but the paranoia does strike, and he's got to back off. Actually uses that cloud burst as well. Just try to, protect he and 10 in that moment. Pro going to find one, but RB finds two. Dep taken out by the turret. Suddenly, it is just 10 left standing. Spectre in hand, no spike found. And Zest will be able to report his position. The spike is just being squatted on right now by RB.
Yeah, the comm's just great here for DRX. The way they react to everything, so good. You know, they know the space that they've given up, and they know how to react to it. Once again, it's Mako there.
Yeah, we don't really do that here. Again, just for like update in terms of new viewers, like calling out a misplay is so fine, but in terms of just like drop this player, drop that, we don't do that here. Just as like a heads up for like new chatters. It's so fine to point out like in-game mistakes and stuff like that, but in terms of just like going in for a player, in terms of like replacement, not good enough, we don't do that here. Okay.
I mean, granted,
this is like a heads up.
Obviously the map pick here of DRX, we know how strong they've been on Ascent. Granted, it did look a little bit wishy-washy for them dropping the map to BBL over in lock-in. So it hasn't been as strong of a map for them, but clearly with a couple adjustments to the composition that they're running, they still felt
there's enough on all the forums for that stuff. We'll try and make this place a safe space.
While he might not be top bragging here for the team, we have seen a decent amount of impact from him.
Yeah, it's not their best map, but it's definitely a strong map for DRX. I'd rate Fracture as probably their best map, but I think, still a formidable opponent to anybody, as we have seen time and time again against FPX last year.
Okay.
With all those phenomenal
Sorry,
games on
that's the
this
worst
map.
8 I've ever drawn as well.
Ooh, I think he
8
got the
chances
tag.
for this one.
Chunk Dep down, 54 HP remaining. He's going to try to get this push across, and it's actually going to be Crow from across the way over in B lobby who's got that covering fire.
Good
Headshot on the stack, so yeah, really nicely done.
Chad, I'm even fine as if to be like, I'm even fine with the conversation of talking about changes, but in terms of like highlighting people, it's not the one.
Taking stock in the state of the map right now and figuring out where they want to go. Seems like it is going to be a slow creep over towards the A site. They smoke off Foxy9. He's going to break the window. We'll be able to hear that. The drone starts leading the way.
Misplay on the 8, yeah, drop me.
Back. Sends out the paranoia. That should tell Sugar Zero exactly where he's positioned. Now he knows. He's got visual confirmation.
Tonight finding some good value. Let's see. They get this spike down. DRX still holding firm.
He's trying to fake it, but well, okay, now he reveals it. Still swing across, takes Sugar Zero down to 47. Spike does get planted.
This is tough, man. They both know they're there. No one wants to make the first move. Foxy just looking for that pick, looking for somebody to stick their head out.
Game of chicken.
Ooh.
It's okay, Foxy's taking a bit of damage. They spray up into heaven. Dep, I think, is slightly off angle. Now they spot him. Mako ends up falling. Sugar Zero, front of the kill. There's the drop down. Foxy9 finds one. Knows that there's another in hell. Ping's coming across. He whips on the right click. Last, however, gets tagged up just a bit. Down to 45 HP. After the spike, the drop down from heaven, and suddenly it's just
Okay,
Zest,
nicely done.
He will end up
Let's see
falling
how
at
low
the
this
open
number
hand,
goes.
and Zeta, they managed to go ahead and get themselves alive.
8 down
at
to
least for a
7
little bit
chances
longer.
to close this out.
5th round victory found, but they need 7 more in a row if they want to take this to OT.
Yeah, Zeta just able to squeeze through the defenses of DRX here. Now, DRX had kind of a 1-1-1-1-1 across the map.
Jack, can someone do me a favor? I tried once again to enable auto VODs. So, can you see this? Is the VOD up, basically, is what I'm asking.
Getting some big kills. Laz always good for it underneath. He's very clean. As we've seen time and time again.
The VOD's up? Okay, let's see how long that lasts. Because I'm not going to touch any of these settings. Normally, 3 days in, it just decides to... Oh, boy. Oh, God. Okay, chat, let's look over towards Pearl, because
2 quick kills.
This one is
Snatched
too
the wind
much.
right out of the sails of ZETA.
That's one way to shut it down.
That's the confidence you want to see out of this player, out of this rookie. That is exactly what you're looking for out of DRX.
Depp, while he had just a stinger in hand, he also had those blades, and now they are completely and utterly worthless. Zeus Corpse lays it dead on the floor. Nice little snipe. Lies again, looking to recreate some of that magic we saw earlier, but this time,
Oh, you
300
running?
Fury shots go across. He finds nothing. Crow with a nice lurk, however, does find Zest.
Yeah, Zest wanting to close this one out a little bit too
Catch
fast.
anybody though, and the back away from the 0 point there from Stax, not necessarily giving away his position.
Kind of like the way that Foxy played.
Yeah,
that.
I'll upload these after.
Tried to go for that angle, and then that forced a lot of utility out of Crow there to make sure that he was able to escape safely. Smokes are setting up for a B push potentially, but maybe a fake.
30 seconds left.
It's a check actually, I believe, into
I
spawn.
mean, they're going over towards the side where there's 2 people. They don't have Omen Flash anymore, and we have 70 HP on Foxy.
A site once more. Door broken down. Foxy there
boy.
finds the quick peek. Suddenly, he's in for
Oi.
a chance at an ace in his debut of ACT game. The final shot not gonna connect, but there's only 10 seconds
Holy
remaining.
hell, I've
Draws
already
up
hit
with the
it.
classic, the first right click going across. 36
I've
seconds
already
to go,
hit it. It looks
7-0.
so
He'll
close.
jump
Damn,
the
this
corner,
is
gets
nice.
the headshot.
That is one way to do it. That's a bit of a
Foxy
statement.
will find ace in his debut
Dude,
on a
I was so
BCG
sure that
stage.
last shot hit.
How about